Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera from MDC Trading Academy with today's pre-market forecast for Monday, February the 14th. Yes, it is, folks. It's Valentine's Day. Please don't forget that, or the doghouse is your next stop. Ask me how I know. Let's quickly jump to our news items that may be pertinent for us this week. We have a week loaded with information, including today. We do have one of the members of the Federal Reserve speaking. Now, when these guys speak, we really don't pay much attention to them. Only when the chairman, which is Jerome Powell, that's who we pretty much pay attention to. We have a lot of information about inflation, retail sales, crude inventories, production, manufacturing. We do have the unemployment claims. And of course, on Wednesday, we have the biggie, the FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. This is what we have once a month, so keep your eyes open for this day. See how it's panning out early in the morning, and maybe give an indication of what may happen till at least till 2 o'clock. Anyway, existing home sales, and so keep your eyes open for these reports if you're trading the early session of the market. Let's quickly jump to our analysis, begin our analysis as we always do with our daily chart. Once again, we have danger in the market as the market fails once again to hold support at the 20 SMA, and we find ourselves right now below the 200 SMA. And you know what that spells? That's the blue light special. This is the one that fund managers and most big Wall Street institutions keep an eye on. That's the north-south line in reference to bull or bear market. So that's what's happening. So within the realms of this, what do we see? Large ranges, huge ranges, obviously in the bars, and of course a huge increment on our volume. Again, we're 1.6 is the average, but I think we did almost 2.3 million, almost 2.4 million on 2 consecutive days. So the longer we remain below this 200 SMA, the more danger we have. And obviously we do have a very strong support level here. Now, you notice we have 2 very strong areas. This particular area here, let me just make sure we understand this clearly. This particular area here of resistance, okay? And a very strong area here of support. And if you notice, 3 times in the time that we've been in this market, we failed here 3 times to continue up. We did hold at support 1 time, but basically we failed in these areas right around here. Now let's look at what's happening a little deeper so you can see exactly what I'm referring to. And I'm referring to this particular area here between 45.98 more or less, and this area here about 45.15, 13, right around this area, about 45.18 to 45.98. So that's about an 80-point range there, where of course we've tested this area previously. We've come here before. We could have essentially broken above it or continued to the lower side. Continue to the lower side. That's our first fail. Then we come back weeks later. Again, we can continue to the upside, or we can continue to the downside. Again, we fail. Once again, we oscillate between the next level, come back up here again. It can continue to higher or to the downside, and there's your third continuation, your third fail continuation there. That's where we find ourselves right now. Here we're kind of crashing against our 200 SMA, below the 200 SMA. And that's where we find ourselves right now. And in reference to today's activity, now again, now you know that this is a very strong resistance area. That's for sure. And whenever we find ourselves between these areas, this becomes an extremely strong support area. So the key of this market is, of course, to break above this particular level here. That's going to give us confirmation that the market has found bottom and is beginning its scale back towards the all-time highs. Let's look at what we're looking in reference to today's trading. And remember, this is all analysis. We're all just trying to get our feet firmly planted with what we can expect. Intraday high Friday, intraday low, great amount of compression here as the market moves laterally. Then it clearly breaks below late in the session, early in the session, pre-market session. We do find a bottom here, and the market clearly breaks above the intraday low, and we have this trend line here. So that's the key. This trend line here is our north-south line, at least short-term basis. We're looking for pullbacks, any pullbacks in this area. We're looking for buys. Any break below these 2 areas, the intraday low or this trend line, we're expecting the market to come retest potentially these areas here. Of course, we would like to see the market continue higher, obviously, above this particular area here, 44.31 approximately. Break clearly through, hold support, and then launch a self-product test to try to test the intraday high yesterday. So those are the plays for today. Remember, it's not just important to place your stops, key places for your stops. You also have to make sure that they're large enough and within the scheme of your risk management, so that way you don't risk more than you need to. So be careful in these markets. They're very, very, very difficult to trade because of the large ranges and the huge values. Take care. Let me know if you have any questions.